Welcome to Web Handling. My name is Dave Royson. I am super excited to continue this new series on the greatest questions in web handling. In this clip, I try to give a simple answer to the simple question, what can I do to run a baggy web? This is a great question. First, baggy webs are one of the biggest sources of waste, delay, and customer complaints. Second, the question has wide application in web handling. Materials as diverse as paper, film, foil, nonwovens, textiles, tissue, and many others suffer from these problems. Third, it is not easy to give a great simple answer to that simple question. Or rather, there is a simple answer, but you won't like it. Let's get started. The short answer is simple. There is almost nothing you can do to run baggy webs that you should not already be doing. That is, don't make the problem worse than it already is. In my award-winning and trademarked Web 101 course that has been taken by 5,000 students, I cover best practices for machine design and maintenance, spreading, and tension. If you have done all of these things, and if you are absolutely certain the web is baggy, you are then ready to proceed with dealing with the root cause. The bottom line is this: don't make someone else's problem your own. Send the baggy web back to your supplier. So, how do we send the defective baggy web back to the supplier? Well, it is a process that requires 3 steps. Step 1 is to send the defective baggy roll back to the supplier on the first incidence of bagginess. Their response will be predictable. They will pay the claim, but they won't fix the problem. So, of course, you will soon get another roll that is unrunnable due to bagginess. This time, you should try to find a quantitative measure that can reliably discriminate levels of bagginess. We will have more to say on this in the next clip. But, as an example, perhaps you have found anything more than a roll hardness delta of greater than 100 as measured by a Pero tester will not run on your machine. Then, step 2 is to return the roll with a warning that you cannot run and you will not take a roll with a hardness delta of greater than 100. The supplier's response will be predictable. They will pay the claim, but they won't fix the problem. Of course, if you have gotten 2 baggy rolls, you will eventually get a third. At that time, you don't just send that roll back. You send the entire lot and the entire truckload back. Tell them that when they are sure that they've gotten things worked out, then you might be willing to try them again. Of course, to do that, step 3 requires you have a second supplier. If you don't, there is little that you can do besides complain endlessly and suffer endlessly. This was a great question, and I have given you a great answer, even if unpleasant. The only possible way to get out of endless trouble is an ever-escalating complaint precision followed by an escalating claim size. Follow up by giving your supplier some homework. I have 24 successful case histories of Baggy Web troubleshooting on a playlist. Your supplier should study every single one, even if the case is outside of their industry. The reason is that these case histories illustrate troubleshooting tools and techniques that can be used almost anywhere. If you are not able to do all of these things, perhaps because it is beyond your pay grade, then I have one last piece of advice for you. Find another project to work on. To think that you will find some magic web handling trick to run baggy webs when no one else has is simply wishful thinking. Thank you so very much for allowing me to share my thoughts on great questions in web handling, such as how to run baggy webs. In the next clip, we will go into more detail on how to deal with suppliers who are giving you bagginess troubles. Let me know what questions you might have in the comment section below. Please like and share if you found something interesting or useful. See you next time.